All right, hello, hi, greetings. So I wanted to make a video talking a little bit about kind of what I was talking about in the other video as far as lifestyle and making a big change goes. And I think this is something that's facing a lot of people my age, kind of the millennials. You know, I'm 25, so anybody in their 20s really, or even 18 plus, or younger as well, of course. But so I was under a lot of pressure to live kind of the standard American dream lifestyle, and I think a lot of people are. I didn't even really realize how much pressure it actually was. It was more of just an expectation thing that I didn't really realize till I got older. But yeah, like go to university, study, get a job, kind of live a stable life, and you know, kind of like you're lucky for what you get type thing. Like you should be happy that you have a job, you know, be grateful. And so that's what I did for the first like 3 years after university. I was working, and so many bugs out here. I was working and yeah, not really enjoying it, but kind of felt forced into this system, and was making the best of what I had. And it wasn't what I wanted, but I didn't really know that it wasn't what I wanted, and I also didn't know of any alternatives. And coming from somebody now who I quit my job about a year ago, and ever since I've kind of just been winging it to some degree. But I'm definitely a living example that you can just go off the cuff and make it work and live a different lifestyle than kind of what's typical and what you know of. Like, I had no idea when I quit my job. I had no plan of what I was gonna do. I had a rough idea that I wanted to work in growing food, live in a type of community, maybe like more communal living, around people that believed kind of similarly to me, around sustainability and like veganism and eating well and all that stuff. And I quit my job, and then I totally lucked into like this phenomenal opportunity, work trading with this community, doing kind of the things I just mentioned, and yoga and meditation, and just in an incredible place in the United States, and just beautiful nature and backpacking trips, and just, it was better than anything I could have dreamed of myself. Could have never imagined it was as great, that it would be that great. And you know, we put so much pressure on ourselves, or society puts a lot of pressure on us to plan and have a plan. And a lot of times you don't have enough information to make a good plan. And the only way that you can get that information is by taking a leap and hoping that something catches you on the other side. And in my experience, I've taken multiple leaps, and every single time it's been better than I could have imagined in the last year. And obviously there's some luck and some privilege, and it doesn't always go great, but my point is that if you haven't interacted in life in a way where you are kind of just dependent on it working out and it's out of your control, it's really amazing to see how people and things just kind of come together to create these beautiful experiences. And you know, for me, I had that experience in Oregon, working on this farm in this community, doing all these beautiful things, and then it was kind of like, what's next? And I really wanted to travel, and so I booked a plane ticket to Nepal, and then one of my friends was like, hey, there's this volunteer opportunity you should do. Ended up doing that, met a bunch of incredible people through that, ended up doing the Annapurna circuit with this cool Australian guy that I met volunteering, and then from there I just kept traveling and been traveling. I'm in China right now, and at the end of my trip I'm actually heading home. So I traveled for 4 months, and then I was really like, you know, it'd be sweet to have an outdoor job, like working with youth and like working in something I'm passionate about. And I ended up interviewing for this job when I was in Cambodia by borrowing this Austrian guy's phone to use a hotspot because the internet on the island went down. And I interviewed for this job, and I ended up getting it, and it's like exactly a dream job for me. And now I'm heading home to do that. So there's no way that I could have planned what I'm doing, and it just falls into place. And we're taught that you can't do that. And I'm not saying that things will always work out really great, but if you don't take any risk, you're gonna know what you're gonna have, and it's maybe not what you want. So if you're doing something that's not what you want to be doing, I would strongly encourage you to do something different that's maybe closer, or at least give yourself the opportunity for something that's closer to come into your life, because it's not going to do it on its own, and you actually have to make a decision to make those things happen. And in my experience, the times that I've taken leaps of faith have returned with some of the most beautiful experiences of my life. And it's not all easy, and it's definitely a mindset that you have to cultivate to being comfortable with the uncertainty, and there's definitely challenges, of course, and it's not any easier than any other way of living. But when you have these moments, like for me that I'm in China right now, it blows my mind. I feel so grateful that I got to travel for these last 4 months, and now I get to go home and see my family and then work a job that I'm passionate about for 3 months, and then who knows what's gonna happen after that. And it's so exciting and fun to me, and life feels so expansive and exciting, and just not the way that it felt for most of my life, and not the way that I think it feels for most people in the West that follow more of a standard path. And so life can feel that way. Life can feel much different than how it's feeling for you if it feels constricted or challenged, or etc. So yeah, I don't know. That lifestyle is available to you, and it's scary and it's challenging, of course. But if you start taking the steps, I think you'll be amazed at what comes back for you. So I know in my experience, it's been really incredible, really profound. I'm so stoked to be here, and it really also, I've been cultivating gratitude in my own life, just absent of the circumstances. But then when you throw in these incredible experiences that you get to have when you're going after the things that you want, I was rock climbing in Thailand, and it's like, those are two, like traveling and rock climbing are two things I love, and I got to do them together. And I was just at the top of this route, just like, man, this is just, it blows your mind, and you just feel so grateful to be alive. And those really fuel you for the moments that are more challenging. Like right now, I'm in China, and I've got like a 60-hour travel, like 5 different planes I'm catching, and it's very long and tiring, but it's like, you're just stoked to be living the life that you're living. So yeah, if you don't feel that way and you're not stoked and it's challenged, I'd encourage you to take steps to change it. And it's not always just quit your job and go fly off, like maybe there's financial obligations or whatever it is, but just begin taking those steps, because life can feel much differently than it's feeling for you now. And yeah, it's a beautiful ride, and I'm just really grateful to be here, and I want everybody else to feel grateful to be here. And I know that it's available to you as it was available to me, and it didn't feel that way for a long time, and now it does, and I'm just really enjoying it and soaking it in, and I want the same thing for you guys. So yeah, if you have any specific questions or wondering what I'm up to or more specifics, I'd love to fill in more. So I'll come back with more videos and just keep updating you guys. But yeah, this is just kind of a channel to be more open for myself and just share more, and if it's helpful for someone else, it's great, and if not, no worries too. So cheers, I hope you guys are having a great life, and chat soon. Bye.